Welcome to this class, and in this class we'll be looking at object snap. So we'll be looking at different functions of object snap. So before we start anything, so we'd like to understand what object snap actually help us to do in AutoCAD, and also we'll be looking at where you can actually find it in the AutoCAD surface, and we'll be looking at this endpoint, midpoint, center point, and all these functions. We'll try to explain what it is, how it can be used in AutoCAD, and how it helps us to how it helps us in drawing actually. So from the word snap, we look. I think the best way I can possibly explain this is when you bring magnets together, or when you bring a magnet and an iron object, you see that the objects will snap together. The object and the magnet will snap. I think that is the best word. Just when you bring them closer, they will snap against one another, like kind of joining. So in the same manner, that is what the same sense is what is actually happening in AutoCAD. So object snap helps us to make an accurate drawing in AutoCAD. It also helps us to make the drawing faster, easier. If you understand this object snap very well, which I know will be very easy after this class, you see that you find AutoCAD as a friendly software. So let's kick in and start what we have for today. So if you come down to the status bar, you have this here. I think you should follow my cursor. You're able to get what I'm trying to say. If you come here, this is where the object snap is. This is where the object snap is, and if you click on this arrow here, you have this pop out. So these are the different commands you can find under the object snap. Okay, so let's say I make a line. Okay, and I want a line that will actually okay. So I will start first with the endpoint. I'll start with the endpoint. Let me copy this. Okay, select, copy. So move it to this place. Okay, so I'm starting first with the endpoint. Before that, let me uncheck all this. Let me uncheck this. Let me check on this. Okay, you see that the blue color is gone, to show that the object snap is actually not active. So let's say I want to make a drawing. Okay, this is a line. Okay, and I want a line. I want this line to actually start from this end point here, or I want the object to start at the middle of this line. You see, this is not actually possible because, okay, if I say let me click here now, let me go as close as possible I can go. I click this. Okay, this actually looks like, I actually started from the end point, but let's zoom close. If actually we are at that end point, okay, if we look at this, it's not actually at the end point, but when we zoom out, you see that it actually look like as if we started from the end point, but that is not true. When we zoomed in, we saw that we did not actually start at the end point. So these are the problems you encounter, and drawing at the middle, you don't know where the middle of this line is. So these are problems. So in order to overcome this problem, in order to know what to do, in order to start from that point, we have to make use of the object snap, and that is this we have here. So let's start with the end point. Let me check this, and that becomes active. Okay, so so I want to make a line that will start at the end point of this. So when I come here, you see this box, a kind of a cross inside. So you see that immediately I brought in this cursor close to that, the box sign showed, which is trying to say that the object will snap. That is going to be go close. It's going to go directly to the end point. That's what I mean by the snap, like kind of magneting together. So once I click, you see that it snapped together to the end point of that line. So if you zoom close, you see that we actually started at the end point. We started at the end point. So let's try this again. You see, once this comes close, there is a snap to that point, end point you are looking for, and that makes the drawing accurate because it's actually started at the end point. So that is the use of the end point in the object snap when you want to start at the end point of an object. So that actually will help you to do that. So the next one we'll look at is the midpoint. You look at the midpoint. Okay, the midpoint. Okay, I make a line here, and I want to draw a line that will actually start at the middle of this line. Okay, I want to draw a line that will start at the middle of this line. So you see, there is no possible way I could know that, but if I come down to the object snap and click on midpoint, the midpoint becomes active. Then if I hover over this line, you see there's a triangular symbol which comes up. So the triangular symbol indicates the midpoint. If you look at below the cursor, you can see where it is written, the midpoint. So if I click on that, I've actually made a line starting from the midpoint of that line. So you see that it is very explainable. And the next one, we look at the center. Look at the center. So copy that here. Look at the center. So the center actually works more when we have a circle. When we want to draw a line that will start at the center of a circle, or we want to make an object that starts at the center of a circle. So you see that I could not actually locate the center of this circle because the center command is not on. So if I come here, I check that, you see that it becomes active. When I come to the center, I couldn't actually find the center, but if I move it to the circumference of the circle, you see that there is an object snap that popped out which indicates the center, as you can see from the cursor. If I click here, actually I made a line starting from the center of the circle. So you see that the center actually works when you have a triangle. Okay, so the next one will be the geometric center. Okay, geometric center. What is the geometric center? So let's say I want to draw an object, or I want to actually look for the centroid of an object. So the geometric center is actually, what it means is centroid. I think the engineering drawing and the strength of material, you know what we mean by the centroid. So this is actually to locate the centroid of an object, and this is only applicable when we have a closed object. So what do I mean by a closed object? So let's say I have something like this. Okay, I have something like this. Then I possibly have something like this. Okay. So a closed object, if I should hover this, okay, if I should select this place now, you see that is only one part of the object is being selected. Okay, then if I come to this one and select this, you see that the whole of the object is selected. So this shows that this is a closed object and this is not a closed object. So make a closed object, you use the polyline, which is here, and this one was made with a line. Another example of a closed object is a circle, a rectangle, which you can draw from here. So I want to actually draw a line that will come from the center of this closed object. So what do? I come to this place, I check the geometric center. Like I said, the geometric center is the centroid of the shape. So if I want to draw a line that passes through the centroid, you see I can't get this, but if I come to this sides of that, you can see this here, this asterisk. So that is where the centroid of this shape is. So if I click on that, you can see this. You see that this line is coming from the centroid of the shape. That is what we mean by the geometric center. So that this is actually simple, but if you understand them, it will be easier for you to work on AutoCAD. Is faster, easier, faster, and accurate. So the next one we'll be looking at is the node. We're looking at the node. So let me copy this. We'll be looking at the node. Okay. So let's say I make a point PO. PO for the point. Enter. Then PO again, another point. Okay, so this actually looks small, but if I highlight them, I think you can see this object highlighted. So that is a point, and the point is also known as a node. So let's say I want to draw a line that will pass through these 2 points, a line that will pass through these 2 points. So if I come to this place to click, you see there's no way I possibly click directly on that point. There is no way. Then if I should go close as much as I could, it will feel like as if I clicked on the line, on that point, sorry, but you see that there will be an error there because there's no possible way I could possibly, make the line pass to that point in that manner. So what I'll do is I'll come to this place and check on the node, and when I bring this close to this, see that the object snaps, and you can look under on the cursor, it is written as the node. So if I click on this and also click on this, and actually I've made a line passing through those points, easier and accurate. If I was trying to actually get that point, it will waste my time, and at the end of the day I will make an accurate drawing. So that is what I casually can use a node for. So the next one we'll be looking at the quadrant. We'll be looking at the quadrant. So I think the quadrant, you know, is already applicable to a circle. So I think you know that already. I make a circle. Okay. I make a circle. I want to draw. Okay, let's check on the quadrant. So this is the symbol for a quadrant. So if I see here, this is a symbol for quadrant. If I come down also, this is a symbol for quadrant. If I come down here, so this is a symbol for quadrant, this is a symbol for quadrant. So maybe I also actually want to divide this circle into 4 quadrants. So I'll just come and click this and come down to this place, click that, and come to this place also, come to this place also. So I've actually divided this circle into 4 quadrants. So that is the function for the quadrants. So the next one is the intersection. The intersection. Okay. So what does the intersection do? If I make a circle and I make a line, and I want to draw a line that will actually pass through this intersection point, here. So you see, there's no possible way I could do that, but the best way to do this is come to this place, click on the intersection command, and come to this place. So you see that this actually pops out. As you can see, the cursor, the intersection command. If I click on that, I have this, and this actually passed through the intersection point. So that is what the intersection is. So this is one of the important command in the object map: the intersection point, the end point, the midpoint, and other ones. So this is one of the important ones among them. So the next one is the extension command. Okay, extension command. So okay, what does extension command is all about? Okay, let's say I want to extend this line to, let me say, 20 millimeter extra. I want to extend it to 20 millimeter extra. So what I possibly do is this: come to this place, and I will check this extension, and I'll check this place now. Okay, so this okay, let me actually turn off this endpoint, so that I want you guys to see something. Okay, when I come close, okay, let me see the line again, and then I don't know if you can see this. Okay, I zoomed. Okay, let me zoom in. Okay, you can see, look at the under the cursor, you can see the extension command. The extension command is telling that the extension command now is active. So if I move this to this place, I hope you can see the green line. Yeah, so I want to extend this line to extra 20 mm. What I'll do is I'll type in 20 on my keyboard and enter. So this is actually okay. Let me extend it to the one that is visible. This is actually small. You could not actually see what I did. So let me extend it extra. Okay, wait. Okay, let me extend it extra 500 mm. So type in 500, enter. As you can see, okay, this is from this line here back to this place is 500. So I actually want to make this line extra long. So this from here to this place is 500. So what I'll do is now I'll now come back here, click the endpoint, okay, come back here and then click on this. You see that the line has been successfully been extended to extra 500 mm. So that is the extension command. Okay, I don't think this is actually much necessary here. I don't think it's necessarily important, but I know you especially you might use it in one way or the other, so can never tell. But it's not actually one of the most important. Actually, when I'm drawing, I don't actually check that. So it's not actually like one of the most important. Then the next one, we have the perpendicular. Yes, I have this. Yes, I have this one. Okay, and I want to draw a line that will be perpendicular to this line. So how do I do? And to draw a line that is perpendicular to that line, come here, check the perpendicular and click on this place. When you come here, you have the triangle which pops up is specifying the midpoint. Then you can see something. Okay, let me zoom close. You can see something that looks that okay. You can see a line like drawn at a right angle, which is at an angle of 90, which shows it is perpendicular. And if you look at the cursor, it is written under its perpendicular. So if I should click on that, it will snap immediately to the perpendicular. So this line is actually, if you check, this is actually 90 degree. Okay, you can check this here by using measure. Let's say measure the angle, this and this. So you see that it is an angle of 90. Okay, so let's do that again. And to Z, escape. So I want to draw this line to be perpendicular to this one. Just click here and I'll bring my cursor here until I'll keep moving that. So since actually it's intercepting with the midpoint, it could be best for me to check this. Then you see that it becomes the only one that is free. Okay, I think the intersection was not okay. The perpendicular is not on. Okay, so I think it is not be the only one that will appear. So you click on this and you have that passing through the should I have making a drawing a perpendicular line there. So the next one is the tangent, which is tangency. So you make a circle and you want to and I hope you guys know what is tangency. So this is quadrants, not the tangency symbol. If you have over here, okay, I think we have not actually clicked the tangent. Okay, so this is the quadrant, and if you move down to this place, we check this. I think is overlapping. Okay, I think is overlapping. Let's uncheck this. Then we have let me draw a tangency. Okay, let's zoom closer. once I drop this here, you can see this symbol which is saying this symbol is for tangent. This symbol is for tangency. If I click here, and this will actually, so this is actually the tangent to that circle. So let's do that again. So I want to make it, so when I click here, see that pumps up, and click anywhere, so this becomes a tangent to the circle. This becomes tangent to the circle. So tangent is just a circle and a line, and the line is touching the circle at the circumference. So that is what the tangent is. So maybe you want to make a tangent. This is what you can do. Okay, I think that is all for that. Then the next one is the nearest point. Copy that nearest point. Next one is nearest point. Nearest point. Let me make a circle. One is nearest point. Maybe, okay, let's say I want to draw a line that will actually touch the circle, and I don't want to, in the case of, you know, maybe I don't want to zoom in directly. So what the nearest point will help me to do is, once my cursor is close to the circumference of that circle, it will automatically snap to that circumference. I don't need to actually take my mouse very close. So once I just click there, it will automatically start the line from that circumference of the circle. So this command is not actually that important here. The next one is the parallel. So you copy. So let's copy this parallel point. So I make this line in this manner, and we have to check this parallel. So I want to actually make a line that is parallel to this one. What do I do? Once I let that, I come close to this here. I come close. Okay. So I click on that. If you come close, you can, under the cursor, you can see the parallel written there, telling that the parallel command is active. So I won't click on that. I will just move that, move my cursor. I don't know why this is so slow now. Shit. Okay, so, and I want to draw a line that is parallel to this one. So the parallel command is active. So I click on the line, then click somewhere on the working area, drag this down. You can see that the parallel command is on. The parallel is written under that. So I will not click on the object. I will move it up, and see, I'll see this green line. So you see that the green line is actually parallel to this, to the original object. So I click on that, and this are parallel. So that is one function of that. Okay, so, and the last we'll be doing on this class is The last we'll be doing in this class is the object snap override. Snap override. Okay. Let me check all of this. 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 Okay. I make this circle. And I want to draw a tangency, that is a line that will pass or that will touch the circumference of this circle. That is a tangent. And you see that as I come this place, this is a quadrant, this is nearest, okay, this is also nearest, and until I get to this place I still have the quadrant. The tangent command is not actually showing because the other ones are actually overriding it. So, and how can I actually make the quadrant, the tangent command to appear? I can possibly come to this place, uncheck all these ones except the tangent, which actually might be a very long something to do. So one of the best way I can do that is if I hold my shift and right click. Look at this, these are the functions of the ones active. So, and I want to draw a tangent, so I'll click on this, and that actually overrides other ones. So once I come here, you can see this, that is the tangent command, and this is actually this is actually what the object snap override is. That is when you have too many of the commands coming out at once, and you actually want one to override other ones. You actually make use of the override command, which is you hold your shift, right click, and maybe I want to draw from the quadrant, so the quadrant only becomes active. That is what we mean by the object snap override. So that is all for this class. Remember to subscribe, hit the notification button so that when I upload new video you'll be notified, and also click the like button so that YouTube will recommend these videos to other people. Thank you for your time, and have a nice day.